All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the news flow returning, a chaotic week indeed, what you could do to prep for it, right over here today on the Newsbeat show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mark Melnick, Senior Trading Strategist here at T3 Live, and we're going to be going over the market today and the type of calls we did. And today there was actually a very, very quick call. Actually, very important, very important. And I'm just going to go ahead and we get all these emails. And I consider today not the greatest trading day for me personally. For some people, maybe you did very well. Maybe you made a lot of money, and that's great. But for me, I was able to make, 4 grand or so. But I felt like I could have made like more. I know that sounds a little weird because most, with the way trading has been recently, having a $4,000 day for myself even is not so bad. But why am I talking like this? What happened? And why is it important? And what are you going to learn? And why is there a bright success shining for your future? And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, right over here, I'm literally pulling up a 1 minute. Today, a lot of you guys were asking about Hog. You guys were asking about Harley Davidson, which had a little M&A chatter from earlier. And we've seen this happen with Hog in the past. We've seen a lot of M&A chatter in the past. And I just really, I'm just going to slide this over so I could just draw on this here. Just really show you what's happening. So generally speaking, the majority of the trades here, there's a setup. We go through like a morning type game plan, and it looks like this. Whoops, doesn't look like that, but it looks like this. And I don't know why these scenes always get messed up. This is such a interesting software. Let me just fix that for you guys. I can't. It just like always glitches, and I have no idea why. Okay, so pretty much this is what it looks like in the morning. So generally throughout the day, I might be calling out bottoms and NTAP, BLCM, Splunk, Mellanox, and Estee Lauders. Those are the 5 symbols that you see there. This is what we're talking about in the pre-market. But there are times throughout the day where something called breaking information comes out. And if you're quick with the information, like we are, of course, here at the Newsbeat Live Room, you can enter in certain stocks at pretty phenomenal prices. So, for example, we were buying Hog right here. This is a 1 minute chart. We were buying Hog right here. Now, for some of you with the quicker softwares, you were able to capitalize it on this. So I wanted to read, actually, I got like 10 emails on this. I just wanted to read a couple of them because I think they're really important when looking at names like this. So all of a sudden, out of right field today, out of nowhere, everything is quiet on the broadcast, and all of a sudden you hear me, guys, I'm buying 100 contracts of HOG, H-O-G. There's chatter on it. So out of nowhere, you hear I'm buying 100 contracts, and probably throw a lot of you off guard. And I'm going to read the emails and show it to you. So here's one email. One email is like, Mark, I saw what you were talking about with Hog. By the time I typed it in, put in the symbol, and put in everything for the options, the stock already ran 30 cents. And I was unwilling to chase it at that point, and I watched it run along without me. What can I do to capitalize on these things in the future? That's one email. Here's another email from a member of the room. Hi Mark, amazing call on Hog today. I was over. That's needs a spell check. I was over able to make $12,000 today on Hog. What an amazing call. I love this room. I can't wait to take your class. Thank you so much for everything you do. Sincerely, you spell check next time, my brother. So just giving you two different scenarios in a hog, because this is a 1 minute chart I'm showing you. It happens really quickly. And what I'm doing is, after I buy it, the stock spikes up, pulls in, and just grinds higher. And literally, in real time, I'm telling you guys, literally, right over here, I'm literally saying, guys, this topped out. Sell it here. Buy at the yellow, sell at the red. I literally said, guys, I'm out of it. Right over there at the dead top. Why am I doing this? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, when you allow me to help you through the course, and I know the vast majority of the room, over 90% of the members of our Newsbeat Live community signs up for this because A, they understand the power of what I'm going to show them, and B, a trade like this pays for the course 50 times over, 40 times over, 10 times over, pays for it 2 times over, 1 times over, 13 times over, depending on who you are. It pays for itself with this one trade. What if I told you? What if I told you I'm going to show you how to catch these names? What if I told you I'm going to enable you with the speed to capitalize? Now, these will be 1% of our trades. I don't want you to look at this and say, man, Mark, is this what it's going to be like? I buy something, it explodes up on my face, I get a quick profit, and bang, that's it? No, I mean, I wouldn't mind that all the time, but you're going to see more of these things coming in. And a lot of times, these names are going to go up much harder. You know what happened to the $42.50 calls we bought? Do you know what happened to them? They went up 250% in value in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Similar to Sprint, right? Except Sprint was a much easier one to trade, I think. 7 minutes, 250% return. You risk $500? When was the last time you lost $500? You risk $500? You make $1,000 on a 250% gain. Maybe more. I'm assuming you're selling in the middle somewhere, that you didn't sell at the top. It's easy to say sell at the top, but I actually happened to sell the dead top today. I literally ticked the high in the options. Literally. I know I've been using the word literally too much, but literally, guys. Literally. It is of crucial importance that we destroy and take advantage of the algorithms on Wall Street. That is one of the things I do, and it's one of the things we do better here than any other trading room out there by far. There's not one trading room out there that does it better than us, and I know why, because a large portion of the news flow comes through this room and not other rooms. Do you understand that? Our news analysis is second to none. Really, second to none. Our timing on things are second to none. I don't care, there are a lot of you guys who couldn't or didn't trade this, but it's important for you to witness it because a lot of us did. It's important for you to witness what having lightning speed in the market to do these things. You could hear these things in real time. This is real time talk on my broadcast. It's not me throwing 150 ideas on you and saying, oh, look, this is the one that shot up. No Captain Hindsight garbage. No, in this case, I actually didn't buy the bottom, as I've been talking about how important that was. This one I actually chased pretty much right through the highs, right at or a little below, but pretty much right at the day highs is where I bought it before I made a big new high with volume. Predicting where the algorithms go next is of crucial importance if you want to succeed in a market that is overrun by algorithms. You'll hear people out there. They'll tell you, it doesn't matter if you're buying the highs or it doesn't matter if you're buying the lows. You just chase You know, when you see something working, you just get on that bandwagon and you'll make money, and it sounds nice. And look, I'm sure there's a lot of strategies that work out there. I don't deny it. Yes, I do understand that you could have bought HOG 30 cents higher than where I paid on it and still made money. Like, I get it. You didn't have to be the first person there. I get it. But that's what causes consistency. Otherwise, you're going to get chopped up. It's very easy to talk about a trend that has already happened after it happened. It's very easy for me to show you a chart and tell you what you could have done. Believe me, I've been doing this longer than most people. T3, I would say, is the pioneers of trading room broadcasts. I feel like right at home here. This is where I started. This is where I started my broadcasting career. And believe me, I know what it's like to be that person that can pull up a chart and tell you what you should have done. That is a tactic that I used 15 years ago when I sucked at broadcasting. You ever look in the, you know, how long it took me to be able to admit that I could be doing a lot better at things, to admit that I'm not doing things right, that I'm not doing things well, that I could be doing things more effectively? You don't think it took me years to overcome that? Some people overcome it much easier than others. I'm not one of those people. It took me forever to overcome that. What I'm showing you is a chart where I'm buying 100 calls of something in real time on a broadcast on HOG. The majority of you guys in the room, you just slapped in some shares. How many of you guys slapped in some shares and just scalped it? Just scalped it and made a little bit of money. A lot of you guys did that. A lot of you guys did that today. How many of you guys scalped it today, right? Why am I highlighting this trade? And if you watch some of the Newsbeat shows, I highlight my losing trades too. I'm highlighting this trade is because I have designed a certain layout. I have created certain hotkeys. I have adjusted certain parameters to ensure maximum speed possible. Now, generally, you don't always need maximum speed possible. For an intraday trader, you're at a big advantage if you could do things quickly. If I asked you right now, buy 1,000 shares of XYZ, how long would it take you to do it? For most traders, they would already have their level 2 boxes highlighted. They would press X, 1 button, Y, 2 buttons, Z, 3 buttons, Enter, 4 buttons, and then they would press a hotkey to buy, which would either be Shift something or Control something or Alt something, and that would be 5. So most people, or if you had to change the tier size, 6 even, let's say. So most people could do that with 6 actions. Ladies and gentlemen, trading is a science all the way around. For long-term swing traders, don't worry about this. Doesn't matter how slow your platform is. Doesn't matter how quick your platform is. For those who like to trade intraday and care about every part of their entry, I'm not saying you can't do it with a slower software. Of course you can. Lots of people do it effectively. I'm just asking, do you want every edge possible? Do you want every edge possible? If you're going hunting, do you want a sniper rifle or do you want a bow and arrow? I'm not saying you can't catch your prey with a bow and arrow. And excuse the crude reference to hunting as traders in the market, but what are we really doing but sitting back waiting for an opportunity to run by us? Just so you know, I've never been hunting before. Just to point that out. I'm using it analogically. So, when we take this course, I'm just telling you now, I'm going to be willing to share with you a layout that I created. I'm going to be willing to share with you a layout that is going to make you faster than 99.99% of the game. I was almost ready to say gamers, traders out there. The fewest actions to achieve your purpose makes you the quickest trader possible. The fewest actions that you need to do to execute something is where speed comes in. Now, again, this isn't going to be the majority of what we do. Maybe it's 1 or 2% of what we do here. Not the biggest deal in the world. There's a lot of other things we do here. But through this course, you're going to at least have an opportunity for me to allow you to learn how to catch these things quicker than anybody else on Wall Street. Eric, your Alexa buying you stock and whatnot might be ahead of me or might not. I don't know if you could talk faster than I could do like 5-6 actions per minute. Or 5-6, no, I do way more than per minute, but like 5 or 6 actions. You want to know how many actions it took me to buy Hog? Ask yourself, how many clicks did I have to do? You ready? I had to press H-O-G, enter, that's 4, and then I had to left click something with my mouse, that's 5. To buy the options that I did in Hog, I used 5 buttons on my keyboard. 5. Ask yourself, how many did you need? How many would you need if I told you to buy 100 calls of XYZ right now? What if I told you could preset it easily? What if I told you that there's a good chance that a lot of you are going to be making 6 or 7 figures with ideas like this? What if I told you the culmination of everything we do, including this, is going to make you a successful trader for the rest of your life? It would sound intriguing if I said that, wouldn't it? I know you guys are in, but to the 10% of you who are not, inside my room, our community, it is of crucial importance that you attend this class. It is crucial. Forget about what you even see on the screen. This is not even 1% of it. It is crucial that you take this class. I'm actually throwing the class. I actually bought 5 of them myself already. I paid for the own class that I'm going to be doing on April 28th. I literally paid money for it. I did. 5 of them. And I gave them to 5 friends of mine who wanted to watch my course. And I laid out $2,500 for 5 classes, and I bought them. If you want to know the importance of this class to your future, if how I could even describe it in one word, mandatory. How valuable would it be for you to be part of the Newsbeat live room and hear me say in real time, I'm buying HOG 100 calls right here, chatter, where you see that yellow arrow, and how much would it help you when I talk about the red arrow and say I'm selling everything here right now, I'm getting rid of it all, we're running into resistance? How valuable is that to you? How much money is that worth to you? I'm just curious, like how much money would that be actually worth to you for somebody calling something like that? If you're in the options, they move 250%. If you got a bad price on them, you made 100%. Really? Like, if you bought stock, maybe you made 50, 60, 70, 40, 30 cents. Whatever it was, wherever you sold, didn't matter. What is that worth to you? That is the question you have to ask. Because not only through the Newsbeat live room am I going to be sharing ideas like this, and we're seeing it a lot more often, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Just like I told you, right? The news flow is back. Things are moving again. Remember last week on the Newsbeat show, I talked about mergers and acquisitions coming back? Guess what? Sprint T-Mobile the other day, we caught that one as well. You think it's a coincidence that we're buying stocks near the highs and making money? You think that's a coincidence? Well, was this a coincidence? When we're buying Sprint right near the day highs? Hit like 581, we're buying it at like 577. We're paying the day highs. Do you think that's a coincidence that we're catching things like this? I've emphasized so hard that you need to buy at the bottoms, and now I'm showing you two trades where I bought at the day highs. Do you find that ironic? You want to know what the answer is, ladies and gentlemen? There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything in this market for you to succeed and capitalize. You just have to really know when to differentiate it. When a stock has breaking news and we get it earlier and we see something that Wall Street didn't pick up on, like Sprint, we jump in, we take advantage. There is reasons to buy at day highs. But 99% of the time, 98% of the time, there is no reason. That's what I'm telling you. You have to know when to do it. Do you find it funny that when I actually buy through day highs, it almost always works? Do you find that ironic? Do you find it ironic that we are front-running these algorithms that these multi-billion-dollar corporations are using to destroy and make money off the average trader? Do you think do you really think like Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch that they're making money off their good investment advice? They're giving their traders good stock ideas? Their analysts are just absolutely phenomenal at picking things? Do you think that's how they're making their money? That's a cover, ladies and gentlemen. That is a cover because they are a black box firm. Goldman Sachs is a black box firm. When they report earnings to you, the majority of the earnings, they underwrite a stock and they agree to take somebody's shares of a new company and sell it on the open market, and they don't really give to what's generally speaking of where it goes afterwards. And they'll take your stock and they'll sell for you, and they do services. And look, I get that, but you know where over 95% of their money comes from, right? Let's just be real here for a second. Robots. They have an artificial intelligence army that comes into the market every day and crushes it. You know Goldman Sachs has no down days? Like somebody actually asked me that. You know like the last time Goldman Sachs like lost money in a trading day? 10 years? How many losing days did they have in the past 20 years? 3, 4, 5, 6? If that, I don't know. Do you remember that one year? What was it? 2015 or whatever, or 16, where they said, I think it was even 2014. It's on the internet. Look it up. I'll look it up too. Where they didn't have one down day the entire year. And people are just dumbfounded by these things. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get ahead of these algorithms if you want to be extremely effective on the intraday. And look, there's a lot of other intraday strategies, and people will ride intraday moves higher. I get it. There's so many ways to skin a cat in this market. And again, for you animal lovers, I would never skin a cat. Please excuse my hunter and animal cruelty analogies. I'm a dog lover. But what are we doing here? In this room, I am teaching you how to get ahead of these robots before they react. That's what I did on Sprint. This is what we did on Sprint. What was this? 2 days ago? Whatever? Is that what we did it? We're talking like this week. 2 days ago, we did Hog today. Don't worry if you missed both of them. I need you guys, even if you missed them both, it's important. A lot of you guys caught it, I know. But even if you missed them both, I need you guys to understand what's happening on this side of the aisle, on this field of grass over here. It's not that the grass is greener on the other side. It's that There's green grass everywhere in the Newsbeat live room. Just depends on where you want to ride and where do you want to jog and where do you want to run and where do you want to go through the field. So, what are the odds? What are the odds that we're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars between now and May? What are the odds that we're going to make crushing career defining trades? I would put it at like 70-80%, given how it's coming back. I mean, I hope it stays, believe me. I hope it stays because you notice how this market only started having M&A activity, as I told you guys, after we had a down move in the market. Do you guys find that funny? When I was saying this down move is healthy to catch names like this, and all of a sudden we catch a sprint, we catch a hog. Do you find that funny? How, like, what a coincidence how it happens like that? It always happens like that. That's the important thing to always remember. We're going to kill it, ladies and gentlemen. Next on our list, we talk about our game plan in Forex. And we're going to talk about DPW. Hey, you brought that one up earlier, huh? On the DPW. Yeah, I know I don't have to sell you guys. I know most of you signed up, but I guess I keep talking about it because I'm so excited. Did I tell you I was going to literally share my layout so you can catch these trades in phenomenal speed? It does require you, though, to open up a Charles Schwab Street Smart Edge account. And if you don't have that, I'm going to talk to you and see if you could do it on whatever software you're using. Granted, I can't help you design it because I don't know it and I don't use it. Simple name here, DPW, breaking out beautifully. Another blockchain company. You have a nice trigger here at $1.56. I'm looking for it to just hold above $1.24, yesterday's high. It's already up after hours to $1.30. Let's see if we get follow through tomorrow on DPW. Of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into our Forex. We're going to go into our Forex. And, anybody who tells you, you have to be almost as a trader. And here's my Forex. You can copy every trade. You got the buys, the size, the symbol, the price, the stop loss, the take profit. It's a real screenshot from the live orders right now from my live Forex account. You can go ahead and copy them, do whatever you want with them, paper trade on them. This is, of course, for educational purposes only. But looking at the market as a whole right here, we were talking yesterday about consistency, and really it's so funny when people talk about certain things, and for me in this industry, I tend to ruffle people's feathers. I get along with the heads of companies because I do really well for the company. We're the fastest growing trading room in the nation. So for us, it's really good for that. But when it comes to my peers, I'm respected by the big news guys, the big funds, the institutional traders, of course, members of the room. I mean, I would hope the members of the room like me. But I tend to ruffle feathers because I think it's the problem that I tell the truth. And a lot of people sort of, I guess, are intimidated by that. I can't really understand. I can't really understand. But a lot of people are intimidated by what I do because I'm basically preaching a different tune than everyone else. I'm preaching that you have to buy at day lows. I'm preaching that you can buy at day highs and crush it. I'm preaching everything. I'm preaching everything. I'm doing swing trades based on deep fundamental analysis. I'm putting $100 targets on $14 names like Sale Point. I'm doing things like that's a bit different out there and a bit unconventional, and you could even hear it in the way I talk. I don't really talk like the majority of people out there. So for me, it's an interesting profession because I think eventually I think eventually where we're going to go is we are going to be a force to reckon with on Wall Street. You want to know I never really shared with you guys my dream for the room. I really wanted to. I'll just pull up the Forex trade so you can copy those or screenshot it real quick. I never talked to you guys about my dream for this room. What am I trying to accomplish? If you sign up for my class, I give it all to charity. I'll make money on you in the future when you start sharing your trade ideas and I start really trading off them and making good money off them. You know how many of you guys in the room I make money off of with your trade ideas? I do it daily. That's where I'm going to make the real money because there's more money in trading than there is in broadcasting, obviously. But there's going to come a point where our room grows to a certain size and we're all learning at once how to jump in front of algorithms. And big banks and big firms are going to be threatened by us. They're going to look at us and, I know you guys are thinking I better take a huge life insurance policy out right now, right? It's just like they're going to be threatened by us because we are costing them billions of dollars with the size they trade. If we buy a Facebook at the low and their algos have to buy Facebook and they're buying it 25 cents higher because the Newsbeat live room members are buying it at the lows before they are, what do you think that translates to when you're buying 1,000,000 shares? See my point? It adds up. It adds up over time. And we're not there yet. I'll tell you, we're not there yet. Honestly, the true marketing for this room really started this year. Really, that was like we had one open house last year. Two? Was it two? One or two? I don't recall. But we're going to do something big on Wall Street. This room will take T3 to the next level. T3 is going to be the most respected trading room holder in America. We will be the most respected trading room in America. I promise you that. Because people are going to soon realize that they can't reprogram all their algorithms to combat what we're doing quicker than we can adapt and realize what's happening. And once you're quicker than the algos in terms of understanding what they're doing and where they're buying, and we could do it pretty damn consistently, it's going to be transformational. It's going to be transformational. So there, I shared with you my vision for our room, where we want to go. Because honestly, people ask me the question, why are you broadcasting? You don't need to share this. Sharing your class makes you weaker, they told me, and I disagreed. I said it makes me stronger because by having a lot of people make money around me, we're a force to be reckoned with. You look at all these huge firms, it's not one guy making all the money. They're teams of people working together to make money. I believe in that camaraderie. I believe that that's how we ultimately achieve huge financial success. People in this room, you know who you are, who just bring so much damn value. Hate to say there's 7 girls in the room and they bring more value than all the guys, myself included. So if you're a girl, please sign up for the Newsbeat live room. If you're a female, do us all a favor. Women are just awesome traders. I have no idea why. Makes no sense to me. I would guess a man would be a better trader than a female. Am I a sexist? I don't know. I don't think so. I love and respect women. They're just better traders than us. I'll just admit it. And I'll admit I have no idea why. So if you're a lady, email Amber for a special discount. And she's also a lady, and she should join our room too. Amber at t3live.com. If you're interested in listening to the webinar from yesterday, it's actually kind of funny and entertaining. If you want to listen to it, you could go to t3live.com/mark, M-A-R-K. and you'll get redirected to the webinar alongside our special price. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why we're the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Thank you so much for attending the Newsbeat show tonight. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.